Let's discuss 10th August 2015 newspaper over here. Now, let's try to understand certain cases over here. One is MP Sharma case, the Karak Singh case, and next is Govind case, and after that the Rajagopal versus State of Tamil Nadu. Rajagopal versus State of Tamil Nadu, R.C. Cooper or bank nationalization case. How the right to privacy in India has come into existence. Now in MP Sharma case, actually Karak Singh case, these are two different contexts. The Karak Singh case actually was the police were always following wherever he was travelled because he was involved with a dacoity. Then Mr. Karak Singh filed a case saying that it is the constant police surveillance is making him unable to enjoy these rights under Article 19D, that it is right to travel throughout the country. Now, and in MP Singh case, it is about Article 20 subclause 3 that is related to self-incrimination. Now, in these two cases, what the Supreme Court said is the fundamental rights are mutually exclusive. You cannot read them together. So the right to privacy was not intricately provided within the Constitution, and inherently the state surveillance is not prohibited by any of the provisions of the Constitution. And as like 4th Amendment of the United States of America, there are no restrictions in India on the state surveillance. It means these two cases, they have virtually removed the right to privacy from the Constitution. Now, Attorney General has taken these two cases into consideration over here. The second thing is, it is way back in 1950s and 60s. By 1980s, the environment in the country has changed. The Bank Nationalization Act and Maneka Gandhi Act, the Supreme Court has clearly spelled that the articles cannot be studied independently in a mutually exclusive manner. They are interrelated. And the Constitution, the fundamental rights have to be seen as one single organic whole that is interconnected with each other. Now, in this context, under the Govind case is also similar to Mr. Karak Singh case. Here, the Supreme Court has said that, or it has given a limited right to privacy. What it has said is, every individual has a right to protect or the Constitution guarantees him the liberty and liberty to the individual, his personality, and the things where his personality is imprinted from official intrusion. It means my individual as my body and my personality and imprint of my personality on the few objects, all these are kept away from the interference of the public official or intrusion of the public official. At the same time, it also said that the Article 21 of the Constitution, so the surveillance laws of the country, they are not violative of the Article 21 of the Constitution for the reason that they are established in the Constitution through a procedure established by law. And in the exceptional circumstances, the about intrusion of an official into the private life can happen, but it shall not happen in a regular course of duties. That is what is the Govind case it has said. It means in the Govind case, to a limited extent, it has established the right to privacy in the country. But in the Rajagopal versus State of Tamil Nadu, the Supreme Court has held that the right to privacy is implicit in right to life and liberty which are guaranteed to the citizens under Article 21 of the Constitution. Now, in the R.C. Cooper case and Maneka Gandhi case, I said before, the rights, the fundamental rights, they have to be studied together. That's what is the Supreme Court has said. They are interrelated to each other. Now, in this context, let's try to find the privacy dignity equation. The Supreme Court already has clarified that, recognized the man's inviolate personality. It means the man's inner personality cannot be violated, which is shall not be violated. That is, it includes the inner inviolate personality. What it includes? My inner man. My rights inherent and alienable to me and my personality, and private space in which I remain myself. These are the things inherent to the dignity of an individual. So it means that the dignity is related to the respect of an individual or pride of an individual, and which in turn is related to the so-called as the privacy of an individual. The dignity and respect are interconnected rights. It also means that the privacy is an interconnected to these particular things and internal to the Article 21 of the Constitution. So, the existing case, Mr. Mukul Rohtgi, the Attorney General of India, he has asked for a clarity on from the Supreme Court with regard to right to privacy, citing this Karak Singh case and MP Singh case. The issue over here is the MP Singh case and Karak Singh case. It was ruled by a larger bench than the Gobind case that has provided for the limited right to privacy. That is what is the major concern. If you even see the international law, a European Convention on Human Rights, Universal Declaration of the Human Rights, International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. So every thing, they talk about the natural dignity of man. India has ratified all these conventions, so it has to recognize the natural dignity of man, which is integral to the right to privacy and right to have a respect for a citizen. This is what is the right to privacy is about. And the next is, one thing, the Center for Study of Development, so Developing Society, now what its survey has found. So these are very much disheartening. The reason is the democracy, yes, many people accepted the democracy as the best form of the government, but they do not like the democracy in India. They are not very much satisfied with the political establishment in India. And the second thing is, this dissatisfaction is very high among the educated people, especially educated middle class. It means that the middle class disenchantment with the government and its policies and politics of the day is increasing. More you are an urban person, more you are educated, more you belong to a middle class, there is a general tendency to move away from this existing pattern of democratic system and behave as a conservative, wanting an authoritarian system. That is a black mark towards democracy. It means, I pose a doubt, are we educating in such a way that without understanding the democratic ethos and values? Or our education is so liberal that we are criticizing the democratic values and ethos? I don't know what exactly is happening in our country. But however, there is indifference to government is high among the SCs, STs and the marginal sections. And one more thing is, the beautiful point, Indians still value their right to dissent. When they were asked about various welfareist measures to have the timely food, etc., all of them have unanimously agreed that they need right to dissent and they preferred over other welfareistic measures. From all these things we can conclude that the welfareistic democracy is something which the Indians want to have, not the so-called as authoritarian government or majoritarian authoritarianism, which we can see the instances or examples of that today. Next is the RBI. Now, there are many steps which have been coming up with regard to the reforming of the financial sector. Indian Financial Code, it wants to cripple the wings of the RBI. So it wanted to confine the RBI to monetary policy, banking regulation, payment and settlement system. And on the other hand, the regulation of non-banking finance companies, the security markets, there will be a new body will be created for this purpose. And Public Debt Management Agency, it will try to take up the functioning of the deposit insurance and credit guarantee, etc. It means that there is going to be a significant cut in the powers of the RBI. It means that there is a kind of division of responsibility in the financial sector. Especially this is what is the global practice which has been undertaken. But however, those institutions are significantly away from the functioning of the government, or there is an arm's length distance between these institutions and the government, which is protecting the government being irresponsible with regard to the misuse of the finances of the people. On the other hand, after the recession, more and more governments are trying to concentrate the powers in the central bank. But however, India is moving away from this particular practice, and institutionalization of this practice is going to take a much longer time. So this is what is the author talks about. And next is with regard to the crowdsourcing of ideas. What is this crowdsourcing? It means the crowd will give information, or else the crowd will provide for the new thoughts for the Prime Minister's August 15 speech. Now many of the crowd-centric things are been coming up in India, that is called as crowdfunding. In the case of the venture capitalists, the crowdfunding is coming up, try to see that. And next is Nepal links the breakthrough pact on the new constitution. So now we know till after the Nepal earthquake, all the parties have come together and they agreed on the basic principles how the government shall be formed, and also they wanted to constitute a federal polity, and a committee will be constituted to identify the borders of the various provinces. Now a pact is reached between the political parties, which made the appointment of committee unnecessary now. Now entire country will be divided into 6 provinces. Each province will share a border with India for the purpose of the trade. And the second thing is the upper house, the strength will be increased to 45 to 51, and 8 members will come from each and every constituency. Every province, that is 48 members. Remaining there will be 3 women, 1 Dalit, and 1 differently abled person or minority person. In that way they try to make it is 51 in the upper house. And with regard to the citizenship, any person who is born to mother or father of a Nepali citizen, who is born for a mother or a father who is a Nepali citizen, can be given a citizenship in the Nepal. That's what is being talked about. So it means the major issue with regard to the politics of the Nepal are concerned is this federal issue. It appears to be solved now, which is a positive outcome with regard to the Nepal is concerned. Thank you very much. Again, I did not totally recover from this thing, so but I'll upload these videos 2 or 3 by today. Right, and we are sorry for this inconvenience. I know the predictability is something which is necessary for this kind of activity, but yes, I don't know, I was unable to do that. I'm really sorry for that. Thank you very much.